So this year, the Lord was really merciful and allowed us to get some chickens. And then, they say that's the gateway. And so now we got a goat. But anyway, the journey to get this goat was very enlightening to me. I've never owned a goat. And, so they're just their own thing. But, and I don't understand the farm animal market at all. I don't get it. It's really hilarious. Like, you just show up and they just hand you this live thing and they're like, that'll be, and they tell you how much money and you're just like, okay. And you just take it. You don't know if it has problems. You don't know if it's going to live or not. You just have faith and assurance in the Lord and you just go with it. But anyway, so we were talking about getting a goat. And Andrew was on this mission of figuring out where to go. And so he finds out that he was getting landscape stuff at a landscape place. He was getting some rock. And he's like, these guys look like they would know where to get some animals. And he asked them, he's like, and so that he finds out about this place, okay? And it was a place. It was very interesting. It was big, a big outdoor thing. It was like a big, flea market type thing. And there was, all the animals were in the back. And it was I was like, all right. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, we get up, we load our big dog kennel up because, you're getting a goat. I'm not letting that thing ride on my lap all the way home. And so we get there and we're instructed to go towards the back. And then we go and we're in the back of this place and there's all these animals. And they're just in the most random situations. Cages, makeshift cages, some not in cages. And it was just, I was like, where are we? I was like, this is so interesting. I really felt like I stepped into a village somewhere. And I was just like, this is interesting. It feels strangely familiar. But anyway, it was interesting. So the girls and I, we were just walking around, taking in the sights and looking for our forever goat. So we were looking for this goat and we were just looking at all these things. And I'm just like, how do you even pick a goat? What do you look for? What do you not look for? But anyway, so we find a goat, okay? But Andrew had in his heart, he wanted a guinea. So it's like this chicken thing. And so we found the goat, but we were like, we can't take that goat everywhere with us while we're looking for this other thing. So we'll be right back and we'll pick up the goat after we find this other thing. So we're going around looking for this guinea and we ended up finding a guinea. Okay. And so Andrew's like, all right, we'll take it and we're going to go get the goat. I'm like, okay. He's just comfortable. This is just like his everyday life. And I'm just like, what are we doing? And anyway, so they take this guinea, so it's like a chicken thing, out of this little cage that looked like it was supposed to be for some other animal because it barely fit in and out of it. And they took this mesh bag, it looked like a potato sack, and they take this bird and they shove it in this bag and hold it up and they just say, that'll be whatever, how much money. And then gave Andrew this bag with this chicken bird thing in it. And I was like, what's happening? And I'm just like, okay. And so I'm pretty nervous. And I'm just like, I am so uncomfortable right now because I don't know what to do with that thing. That thing seems unreliable. It's making all kinds of weird noises. It's trying to flap and doing all this weird stuff. And Andrew's just holding this thing, just walking around. Now we're going to get our goat. Never thought this would be my life. And so we go get the goat. And the ladies open the thing for us to get the goat. And I looked at Andrew and I realized he's holding that bird. And I was like, I am not holding that bird. Nope. I will hold this 40-pound goat over the 2-pound bird. So I was afraid to hold a bird because I don't like birds. Don't like them. And I reached in there and I picked up this goat and I was just like, trying to get this goat. It was so funny. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, Brittany, this is really stupid. You could carry a 2-pound bird It is very light, a lot more your speed, but you're choosing to be comfortable. It was not comfortable. I was comfortable in here. But physically, I was not. This thing was heavy. It was so heavy. And it was and it stunk so bad. It was hilarious. And we had a long walk. Like, I'm carrying this big Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Okay. But while I was carrying this goat, the Lord was speaking to me about what he wanted me to talk to y'all about. And he said, fear makes you stupid. It makes you so stupid. I am choosing to physically exert myself beyond what's necessary because I'm afraid of a little bird. And it was contained in a bag. It wouldn't have got me. I felt like it was too unpredictable. It was doing this. The goat was just like, meh. Oh my gosh. How many of you in this room can think, and listening, can think of a moment in your life where you've done something like this? How many times have we chosen the harder route because we're afraid? How many times the Lord will lay a straight path with a sure foundation and we will hike up a mountain to avoid that straight path because it's got something scary in the middle. And it might be as silly as a bird. So crazy. So crazy.